Hey, this is Pastor Jeff and Jimmy here, who's working in the background right now. And this is Faith Family Time, right? Is that what we're calling it?
Faith Family Time.
Faith Family Time.
Work. All right, well, welcome everybody. Oh, I stole you there, Pastor.
You guys like our professional intro? Check that out, man.
That was pretty cool. It's a real podcast now. But me and Pastor did 2 separate live streams yesterday, and we figured that we just combine them.
Combining forces. Synergy.
We figured that would just be better. That'd be easier, more conducive to the family, I guess you could say. So welcome to the first ever Faith Family
Time night.
You know, we should ask them, what do they like better, Faith Family Night or Faith Family Time? Or neither.
We're going to do Focus on the Family, but that was taken.
Yeah.
And Faith for the Family, but that was taken.
Anyone even watching yet?
It's really hard to do something original anymore. Everybody's thought of stuff.
You know, the YouTube generation.
So,
There we
anyway.
go. I'm on the Facebook account now.
We did get some pictures, and somebody who will remain nameless actually sent us a video, went above and beyond. The overachievers.
I'm not going to rename nameless soon. They're going to know who they are soon.
It was an epic video, though. Good job, Jane and
Yes.
Ricky and Nevaeh.
Yes.
And even Eric, who remained off screen, but did. We don't want to spoil it. No spoiler alerts.
Spoiled the whole video.
Yeah, I know.
So the activity for today was, let me see if I can put it up there. See if I got it. Boom. This was the kids' devotion for today. And the activity was to make the scene of Moses and the burning bush from a picture using household items.
Nathan and Julia are here.
Nathan and
So
Julia.
far, we got
Hey,
five watchers.
That's good. That's good. So that was the activity. So we're going to go through some pictures here if I can figure out what my shortcuts are again. There's us. And boom, there we go. So the first picture that we have today
I gotta put on my glasses.
right now is Caleb. I can actually go full screen with it, I believe. Here we go. This is
Nice.
Caleb and his,
Good job, Caleb.
and his burning bush rendition.
I like it. He's even got the robe,
Yeah. everything.
barefoot
Is it a
too.
towel? Is that what that is?
I don't know. I can't
I
tell.
think that's an inside. I think he's got a little belt around it too.
What is the fire? Is that like a balloon or a stuffed animal? What
It's
is
like
it?
bags of Cheetos.
Oh, is that what it is? I can't tell from this far
Yeah, I
away.
can't tell either.
It's my
But
vision,
it's good.
but I like it. Good job, Caleb. 100 points to Caleb.
100 points. 100 arbitrary points.
Yes. Points mean nothing, but you got 100 of them.
Oh,
So
here's
good
another
job.
picture of Caleb's.
Nevaeh and Ricky are here.
Hey guys.
Hey, guys. Preston.
Oh,
Is
no,
joined.
Not Preston.
Preston Nan Nees has joined. Trudy has joined. Beth Lingfelter. Ebert. Oh, Beth Ebert. Hi, Mrs. Ebert. Good to see you. I didn't know that was your maiden name. Lingfelter? Is that German? Lingfelter!
We shouldn't do this with me and you together. I don't know what happens when we get together, but so next is, I'm gonna keep the ball rolling here. Next is Olivia.
Oh, Diane.
Okay,
Gotta give Diane a shout
gotta
out.
get it in there. Next is Olivia. I can put her full screen too. And I don't know, is that a Ken doll that you
Oh,
use?
she's got like a Ken doll with like,
Toilet paper wrapped around him?
is that what it is? I don't know. And matches.
I think they pulled some stuff out of their
Is that
fireplace.
there.
matches?
matches?
Like some,
Wait, good job, Olivia.
Yeah, that is
Very
good.
creative.
very cute.
Way to teach your daughter to play with matches, Jamie. Excellent educational properties there.
So, that was good.
I
figured
don't.
that-
Of all kids that you want to teach to play with matches, I don't think
Olivia.
Olivia's one.
It would be fun. It'd be interesting, that's for sure.
She's going to take this idea to the new house that you're constructing.
So that was Olivia. Next we have, and there it goes. Back connected, back again. Here we go. Next we have Vincenza. Yep.
Vincenza. Let's see that big screen.
And
what do they got going on here?
They drew on the back window there.
Oh, nice. Is that like that stuff you put cars for sale, like wax kind of stuff?
I think
this looks like what it is.
I'm gonna get this right. That's baby Valentino. Is that his name?
Valentino.
In the sheep costume.
Ah. I like it.
Yeah, that is good.
All right. He's an Italian sheep. Not an Italian stallion.
So that was good. Good job, Vincenza and Valentino. Next we have here, this is...
Jimmy, is your mic on? He says your mic sounds a little distant. Preston says that, so for what it's worth. Fred St. John is here. Hey, Fred.
Brother Fred.
Brother Fred.
Hope you can hear us.
All right.
My mic is on, Preston. I can see myself moving, but so this is...
You know what though? But yeah, you're a little low.
Down,
you should turn yourself up a little bit.
Interfere with you. I'll just get a little closer. That's
there
good.
You go.
This is Clark, and he did a Lego rendition.
That's my boy right there. Notice the staff turning into a snake.
Yes,
very creative.
Make it a little bit bigger.
Creative. Oh, I forgot to give. Everybody's got 100 points so far.
What about Clark? Did he get more?
Yeah, Clark. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to recuse myself from giving points to my own child just out of fear of nepotism. So
this one is.
I'll let you assign the points. Although I like Valentino's sheep costume. I mean, it was pretty good.
How can you look at that little thing? You can see you behind the fire. See it? How did that happen?
Whoa! That's pretty awesome.
I have no idea how that happened. There's a hole in Miss Jen's picture.
Yeah, I guess so. Does that mean that I'm supposed to be God?
Yeah.
Blasphemous.
Yeah, you're on fire. You're not consumed.
Let my people go.
So that was good. Good job, Clark. Clark gets 100 points just like everybody else. Participation trophies all around.
Participation. Boring.
Here we go. I gotta remember my shortcuts. Here we go. Okay, so I believe I got everybody that texted me.
All right. You know what? These guys were only supposed to mail in a picture or email or text or whatever, however you did
Mail in
it.
a picture, yeah.
But they did a video and beyond overachievers. I'm gonna have to give them 500 points.
All right. Without further ado, let's watch.
Moses! Moses!
Here I am.
Do not come near. Take those old ratchet Nike flip-flops off thy feet. This is holy ground.
But they're Nike.
I have come to help you save my people who are miserable from the Egyptians.
Who, me?
But they're Nike.
Yes, you, Moses.
All right, gnarly.
I shall help you, Moses. Trust in me, for I am the Lord.
Sure.
I got you back.
Gnarly. I love it.
I'm a child of Israel, and I am... Wah, wah.
Nevaeh.
Oh, I'm gonna turn my mic back.
Epic. That was epic. Good job.
If you guys keep doing this, we're all going to be looking forward to videos.
Yeah.
Of Ricky and Nevaeh
It's
every
right.
day now.
I know. It's like Ricky and Nevaeh are going to have their own YouTube channel.
Bible stories with Ricky and Nevaeh. Did they do it better than
They can take our job.
That was good. But they're Nikes, he says. That's funny. Take those ratchet shoes off. So that was a good time. I appreciate all you guys participating.
Yeah, thanks for
in that.
participation.
So that was good. So I'm going to go through now, if I can get my thing back up there. Boom. Like, I'm a professional at this now. So this was the devotion today. I'm going to go through some of the questions that we had. Question number 1. I'm going to start at question number 5, ask you guys to give some feedback on Facebook. Then I'll go from 1 to 5, and then by the time I'm back to 5, we'll have some feedback on Facebook, hopefully. So question 5 is more of a thinker question. It was, why would Moses be nervous to do what God told him to do? When God told him to go back to the nation of Israel and tell the Pharaoh to let my people go, Moses was a little bit nervous, was a little bit hesitant, made some excuses. So the question is, why would he be a little bit nervous or a little bit hesitant? So give some examples or some reasons why in there. So back up to number 1. Who was Moses' father-in-law? Let's see if Pastor knows this question. Pastor, do you know that question?
I'm sorry, I was talking to Nick Loser. What now?
Who is the father-in-law to Moses?
Father-in-law to Moses
Off the
is Jethro.
Jethro is correct.
Jethro Bodine.
Is that his last name?
No, that's from the Beverly Hillbillies. Now, here's a little story about a man named Jed, a poor mountaineer, barely kept his family fed. Up from the ground, one dark day, one something day, he was shooting at some food, and up from the ground came a bubbling crude.
I think your age is showing here, Pastor.
Oil, that is, black gold, Texas tea.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, the first thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. His
Keep
kinfolk
going.
said, Jed, move away from there. He said, California is the place you ought to be. So he loaded up his truck and he moved to Beverly
All right, back to our regularly scheduled
Hills,
program.
that is.
Thanks for the commercial for Beverly Hillbillies there. Number 1, yes, Jethro is Moses' father-in-law. Number 2, God told Moses to take what off before he got near? Take what off? Pastor, do you know this one?
Told Moses to take his crusty Nikes off.
Yes, his shoes. I don't know if they were not crusty, but ratchet old.
Ratchet,
Nike.
yeah, is that the word you use?
Yeah.
Ratchet.
I don't know if they were Nike
Nice.
slides, but
Excellent vocabulary usage there,
it
Eric.
was
I like
good. Number 3, so that was his shoes there. Number 3 was did Moses immediately want to do what God told him to do? Did he immediately respond yes? And the answer to that is no. He was a little bit hesitant, and he did give some excuses, which we're going to talk about in just a little bit. Number 4 had a typo in it. What country ruled over? It says Egypt, but it's supposed to say Israel. So I gave you the answer there. What country ruled over Israel at this time? I guess I was making these a little too quick there. So the answer is Egypt. All right, and
We've been working on our video too much. We don't have time to proofread our stuff before we put it out. So
number 5. Did we get any feedback off of Facebook? Any reasons why? Everyone's just laughing at you singing Beverly Hillbillies or whatever it is. Scroll up a little bit. See if we had any feedback from the kids. Why was Moses a little nervous?
why I don't see yet. Kids generally don't have Facebook accounts. So
Well, that's why they're watching with their parents.
kids, hopefully you're watching with your parents right now. What was the question?
Why would Moses be nervous to do what God told him to do? I have one main reason I want to talk about. But there's a...
Oh, am I supposed to give this answer?
You could.
I think because of the logistics of it all, he felt unworthy or not able to do it.
He felt unworthy. Okay. That's a good one. Mine that I have here, and it's based off a couple of the verses in Exodus 3 and 4, is that he was scared of what...
Ricky Nevaeh said he had to trust.
Yeah, he had to trust. That's absolutely. So that was a hard thing for him to do. He didn't... he had to put his faith...
And Trudy loved the Beverly Hillbillies.
And okay, thank you. Maybe I should do my devotions without Pastor here. That might be a little bit more profitable.
It's more fun.
It is more fun, I will say that. I'm saying that he was scared of what people may think of him. One of the first excuses he gives to God is say, hey, God, they're not going to believe me. I'm kind of scared to go back and tell them what you told me. I'm kind of scared to go back and tell them. And there's a Bible verse. If I can get this back up here, I'm going to go like this, then I'm going to go like this. Oh, no, not like that. Like that. No, not like that. Oh, wait, here we go.
Oh no, you
No, I got
ruined
it. I got it. Here we go.
There we go.
There it is.
Nice.
There it is. The fear of man bringeth a snare. A snare is like a trap. But whoso putteth his trust in the Lord shall be safe. The fear of man bringeth a snare. It traps you. And Moses here was a little bit scared, had some fear about what the rest of the Hebrews would think. And that's why he didn't go in God's will was. One of the reasons why. Another reason was why, because maybe he felt unworthy, maybe a sense of, false humility. But he was afraid of what the people would think. And I could imagine I would be, afraid to go tell a bunch of people too that have been in bondage for 400 years, hey, God told me that we're going to leave here and he's going to do a great work. And I would be afraid to tell them that because I'd be afraid of them rejecting me. I'd be afraid of telling, oh yeah, you heard the voice of God, or any of these other things. And sometimes as a young person, we get caught in the fear of man, and it brings a snare on us. We are afraid of what our friends at school are going to think if we carry our Bible, or if we pray before we eat. We're afraid of what people may think if we talk about Jesus, or a variety of different things. We hold back on our Christianity. We don't do some things that we know we should be doing because we're afraid of what other people may think. And we ought not let the fear of man trap us like that, trap us to the point where we don't accomplish the will of God. All right? So that's basically the lesson today. Moses was a little nervous, was a little scared. He had a little bit of the fear of man in his heart. And instead of that, we should put our trust in the Lord and say, you know what? God told me to do this, and I'm going to do it. No matter what people may think, no matter what, if I get a weird look at the lunch table, when I pray before I eat, no matter what may happen, if God told me to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to have the fear of man. I'm going to trust in him. So that's the devotion for the kids today.
Good thought, brother.
Thank you guys for participating in that. And I hope you guys did the word search there. If you couldn't find them all, there was one extra word, and it was right on the top line. Let me put it back up. Look at that. Right on the top line, Moses, his wife. You know who Moses' wife is?
I do, but I would have known it anyway, but I just saw it.
You just saw it?
But
yes, it was an easier word, but it was not in the word bank. But I'm not going to say her name. I'm just going to let you find it if you didn't find it. It's
and somebody type it?
Moses' wife.
Somebody type it. What was Moses' wife's name?
It is the...
Who's watching? Type it real quick.
It is the special word...
If you can spell it.
Up there. In the word search. All right? And tomorrow's activity... Tomorrow's activity is... what is tomorrow's activity? I forgot now. Oh, it's drawing a picture...
Nick Loser! Nick Loser with the win.
Zipporah. Yes.
Zipporah.
So if you didn't find that in the
Man,
word
Nick,
search,
you're turning
it's
into
in
a
there.
Bible scholar. Or was that Julia that gave you the answer?
That was probably Julia. Tomorrow is draw a picture of...
Preston said Mrs. Moses.
Yes.
Perfect Bible college answer.
No, that's Noah's wife's name, Preston. You got that one wrong. Mrs. Moses.
Nick Loser said not me, Jules. So it was
It was.
Julia. All right.
Good
Julia,
job.
awesome.
What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Tomorrow is draw a picture of Samuel getting called by God.
Oh,
and
this
that's-
ought to be interesting.
So do your
See
best.
all of your art projects.
You can. If I did it, I'd probably just do stick figures. Not very good.
Jules, you are the man.
Um,
Even though you're not a man,
you
but
are, you are the girl.
You are the girl.
So make sure you do that activity for tomorrow. All right, I'm going to hand it over to Pastor because he is going to give a little devotion for...
Oh, Jane Elizabeth is asking another video? Or is it a picture? Jane Elizabeth, you're on a roll.
You can do whatever you want.
You guys can make a video if you want rather than drawing a boring old picture. We are giving out extra points for
extra
video
arbitrary
production.
I didn't want to do the video skit every day because I thought that would be a bigger load on... I don't know what doing at home, if they're home all day long
Yeah.
and they got time, or
Yeah.
if they're working, So I wanted to change it up with the activities. But if you want to do a video, I'm sure everybody.
Participation
love it.
trophies for everybody that draws a picture. Extra arbitrary points.
I only have one of
For
these
video
trophies. We
production.
can't just be giving trophies out everywhere.
We'll give out digital trophies.
Okay, there you go. Coronavirus style.
Jade says we have no life, so they could do. They got 500 points for that. So
There you go.
all right, they could do the video.
All right, Pastor, I'm done. You
All
take
right.
it away now.
All right, awesome. I just wanted to share a quick thought here tonight before we sign off. Matthew 7 through 11. Matthew chapter 7, verses 7 through 11. This is during Jesus' Sermon on the Mount. And he's saying here, ask and it shall be given to you, or given you. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth. And to him that knocketh it shall be opened. Or what man is there of you, whom if his son ask bread, will he give him a stone? Or if he ask a fish, will he give him a serpent? If ye then being evil know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father which is in heaven give good things to them that ask him? Now the whole context of this scripture, of course, is talking about prayer. But I want to focus just briefly, and probably during this time, you've been on your knees and praying more than you normally do. I know, that's probably, honestly, I'll be just transparent. I know I have been. And this whole pandemic has caused, I've gotten multiple invitations from preachers and evangelists. Hey, join us online or join us on this massive conference call, or join us in this Zoom group. We're going to pray for our country. We're going to pray for our nation. I wasn't getting invitations like that 2 weeks ago, and we weren't doing videos like this a month ago. And desperate times call for desperate measures many times, and a lot of times we resort to prayer when we have nowhere else to turn, or when God gets our attention. And so I've definitely been praying more, and I assume probably you have too, especially if your income has been threatened or something along those lines. And here in this passage, Jesus is encouraging us to take our burdens to the Lord. He's encouraging us to pray. And he gives the illustration here that I can identify well with right now because, of course, I know I'm probably relating every illustration to Ripley because she's just so beautiful. But Ripley keeps us up at night sometimes. She gets hungry every few hours. We have to wake her up. Jen has to wake her up and feed her. And sometimes we supplement her with formula in order to keep her belly full. And, it's crazy when she gets hungry, she opens her mouth and she's shaking her head back and forth and she wants food. And if she doesn't get it, she starts fussing and crying, and you can just tell she's miserable. And as a parent, I haven't done this for 10 years. I've kind of forgotten this feeling. Not that I don't love my other 3 kids, but there's something about a newborn baby crying, and you know what they want, and you know what they desire. And you know what? I would go to the ends of the earth. I would do anything that I had to do in order to fulfill her need. There is this desire that wells up within your chest where you are wanting to just do whatever you have to do in order to get that bottle in her mouth, or in order to get her to Jen so that Jen can feed her, so that she can be satisfied, so that her hunger can be satisfied. And one of the things that I laugh out loud when she's done and when she's full, when she's been eating a while, whether it's from Jen or whether it's from a bottle, especially if it's a bottle, if I've got a bottle of formula and I'm feeding her, and she gets to the point where she stops, sucking on the bottle so hard, and if her eyes are open, she gets this glazed over look, like she's just so satisfied. Her eyes roll back at her head and she just closes her eyes because she's so satisfied and she's so full. And it's such a great feeling to watch your newborn baby be satisfied and have her hunger satisfied. And, it's such a delight. It's something so simple. It's such a delight. It makes me laugh out loud and just well up with love in my heart for her. And this is the illustration that God is using here in this passage of Scripture. He says, verse 9, or what man is there of you whom if his son ask bread, will he give him a stone? Or if he ask a fish, will he give him a serpent? If ye then being evil, and I'm evil, I'm a sinner, we're all sinners, the Bible has established that. If ye then being evil know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father which is in heaven give good things to them that ask of him. Now, I'm not going to pretend here to say that God's going to give us every single thing that we ask of him. Because you know that sometimes your kids ask you for stuff that's not necessarily good. And the kids think that it's good. My son, if I let him, would eat candy bars all day long. And that's all he would have. And we know that would make him sick. And so not everything that our kids ask for is good for us. And honestly, even though we may think it's good, like how could this not be good, God? I lost my job. I need another one. I need to get back to work. How could this not be good? Sometimes good, as it's placed here in this verse, is a matter of perspective. And so what we need to do is get God's perspective. That's the challenge, is we need to get God's perspective on this thing. So that we understand that what God is doing is good because he is good. He's a good, good Father. He's a Father that loves us. And just like I delight in giving that bottle to my daughter when she cries and when she asks for it, God delights in giving us what we ask for if we're asking for something that's good. And so take a moment, take some time each day and pray and use this time to build your faith in the Lord so that when this is over, you have some testimonies. You can have some testimonies and look back and see how God came through and how God provided for you. And maybe it will be in a miraculous way. Maybe it'll be, I never lost my job and I kept my job. Hey, in this economy, keeping your job is a miracle too at this point. But let's pray. Let's seek his face. Let's seek God and seek him with the understanding that he's a Father that loves and is a Father that desires to hear from us and it desires to give us good things. All right, so that's the thought tonight. Take that with you tonight. Food for today. It's 6:30, man. Jim, how about that? Manage.
It is my job to make sure we don't go too long on here, okay? I have been designated to make sure Pastor doesn't go long-winded on the daily devotions. We're going to try to keep these things to about a half hour. I know everyone's got, I don't know what people are doing. Maybe they're not
Well, Jane Elizabeth has no life.
She's got no life. Yes.
She admitted so. All right.
Oh, man. So, we're going to sign off, and we will, tomorrow's Wednesday, so make sure you tune in.
Yeah.
For what are we even doing
tomorrow? Tomorrow, you'll go through this, and then tomorrow I'll do my lesson from, we'll go through the Making Home Work, and we'll pick up on that series where we left off last week.
So we're going to start at 6?
We'll start at,
So that I can do this, or should we just...
Yeah. We'll start at 6.
We'll talk to you.
We'll start at 6. I doubt anybody's going to be waiting around till 6:30. I mean, it's with this kind of stuff, you just, if you tune in at 6:30, it'll be archived and you'll be able to see it anyway.
Right.
Or by 6:30 I'll still be going anyway. So.
Yeah. That's true. You have no time limit for tomorrow. All right.
We're just gonna surprise you. Maybe we'll do it at 6. Maybe at 6:30.
Watch Facebook.
You just have to watch and see.
And we'll tell you tomorrow. So thank you guys for watching and have a good night.
See you guys.
Oh, I need to go turn off the live stream.